Hi, welcome to MDEV.
Hi, thank you.
I'm Ross. We are doing some creator conversations, so let's start by you introducing yourself.
Sure thing. Hi, my name is Alex Koeberl.
Hi. Tell me a little bit about the game studio that you're with.
Sure thing. So our game studio is called An Item for You, and I am the creative director as well as a systems and level designer on the team.
Spectacular. Is there a game that you've come to talk about?
Yes. So the game we're talking about is called Eye of the Erime, spelled E-R-I-M-E.
Awesome. If you could describe your game in 10 words or less, how would you do it?
Take photographs of flowers to manipulate objects spatially and temporally.
Sweet.
On the dot.
I think I played your demo. You have a demo available on Steam right now, right?
We do. We're up on Next Fest.
Awesome. Steam Next Fest is wonderful, isn't it? So you have the game available as a demo now. Do you have any other release dates planned that you would like to announce?
We're aiming to be at IGF in March. Otherwise, we're aiming for an end of March release window to be announced.
That is March 2026?
Yes, March of 2026.
Spectacular. Now, what are the types of games that inspire you now?
So for Eye of the Erime very specifically, some of our inspirations were Viewfinder, Portal, and name dropped out of my head, Superliminal. Looking at the way that they use environments as puzzle pieces for your game. A lot of our puzzles are very hands-on for the player, and when you take photos of these flowers, they affect the environments in different ways.
Sweet. Now, seeing as we're at MDEV right now, could you just describe what does MDEV mean to you?
Sure thing. I was here last year, and I got a chance to see firsthand kind of what MDEV does for a lot of Midwest developers. I showcased a project last year as a student as well called SoulSync City. And I think it's really great that a lot of students as well as indie developers get a chance to showcase their work in front of hundreds, if not thousands of guests, right? It's a chance to not only meet a bunch of people, but also show off what you're passionate about, show off what you've been working on, and kind of get your name out there with people who are thinking like you, working like you, who want to work with you, I would hope.
Awesome. What's your favorite thing about MDEV?
It's just such a diverse group of people. You can walk down the hall about 2 tables over and find a game completely different from yours. As a great example, literally 3 booths down from us is a game called Dynamite, and it's a 4-person couch co-op where you fight as dinosaurs against each other, right? And we're a first-person 3D puzzle game. Completely different genres, juxtaposed just like that, and I think that's phenomenal.
It is nice that there's always a surprise around the corner.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And so I have recently played this demo because it was a part of Steam Next Fest. And so my experience was I have a camera, I aim at flowers. Well, first of all, there's like a main hub world, and then you like fall into specific levels, right? And then in those levels are a variety of what appear to be puzzles of increasing difficulty that then kind of unfurl the world in front of you. Is that a good description, or did I have a misunderstanding of the game that I played?
That's a pretty good understanding of what the game is right now, yeah.
Now, in creating games that modify their environment in such a way, have you found any crazy challenges or huge bugs that were annoying to resolve, or has the development process been nothing but smooth sailing for you?
Oh, if only I could tell you it was the latter. Let me tell you, Ross. This was a game developed as part of a master's program at Bradley University. We simulated an indie startup studio for the course of a year from summer to summer. And the first semester was essentially our vertical slice. During vertical slice, we started having puzzles built into the world, and we quickly realized that it was a lot more than we could do in terms of what we were biting off there. So we pivoted after our vertical slice for our alpha and onwards to puzzles in isolated spaces. So that was definitely one of the biggest challenges, was trying to create puzzles that fit these spaces or fit these spaces around these puzzles, and finding that it wasn't really working in terms of player communication. They got overwhelmed very easily in terms of what they were seeing and doing. And B, it just wasn't the easiest to build puzzles in those spaces. especially because our environment artist and our level designers, and myself included, would pass the different levels and pieces between each other way too many times for our pipeline.
So with a game that is part game, part photography, have you been noticing both photographers and gamers coming towards your game? Because I actually am both, and I didn't know because I think part of me, the photographer in me, had different feedback than the gamer in me, and so I didn't know if you were getting like separate sets of feedback from people that are using your game.
Yeah, absolutely. As one of our professors has always said, reality is only an option, and that's certainly the case with our camera. It doesn't have a bunch of different features and buttons for you to press with, mess with. You can't change the saturation or the ISO of your camera, right? But what you can do is you can zoom in and out like you might expect for a camera's lens. And when you take a photo, it only saves one photo as your active photo. And obviously, to photography, that's not very accurate to life. In terms of a game mechanic, we've heard a lot of different varying feedback, mostly focused on the fact that, hey, this provides a great challenge for us to try to line up our shots, and it makes us think creatively, which is what we want players and photographers both to do.
I agree with that. So as a photographer, I don't think I was looking for one-to-one accuracy of a particular analog or digital camera. I saw the camera definitely as a tool to interact with the world. And I thought that was a really fun way of interacting, as definitely it's a potential black hole of feature creep to create an amalgam of a particular digital camera or analog camera when you realize it doesn't necessarily add anything to the fun or the interaction with puzzles in the game. So speaking about the puzzles in the game, do you prototype? Do you sketch out? Is there a standard way that one of these puzzles becomes a part of the game, or is that a process that is still in the process of being figured out?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 2 puzzle designers on our team, myself included. And the way I would approach it is typically we would paper prototype out our ideas. We would do sketches on whiteboards, on Post-it notes. In my case, I would put Post-it notes up on whiteboards, which isn't the most efficient use, but I digress. And I liked to focus on what I would call solution statements, or like these focal points for puzzles. I would write out a sentence and then I would build a puzzle or an idea around it and kind of see just kind of what spoke to me the most. One such example of what's not in the demo but what you will see upon full release is I wrote freezing staircase and put it up on my Post-it board. And from there, I created a puzzle where players would have to take a photo of the orange flowers in our game, the binding flowers, and freeze a bunch of platforms, creating a staircase going up. And it's supposed to be this wow moment for the player. And that's a lot of what drives our puzzle creation, is focusing on those moments where players can kind of just find joy and awe in what they're doing, as well as feeling smart. So writing out those statements and then paper prototyping and drawing out those ideas, and finally gray boxing, putting them into engine, play testing for days, weeks upon end, getting feedback internally and externally until we feel they're ready.
Awesome. Talking about being ready, you were talking about the demo is available now, but you are looking for potentially March as a place where you're potentially going to have a fuller version of this game available?
Yes, that's correct. What we've showcased is less than a quarter of the content that we have prepared so far. We're planning on doing some touch-ups here and there, a little bit of reworking, a little bit of extra content in terms of polishing up features, such as like a dialogue skip is something that we're looking at. And we're aiming to release that at the end of March 2026.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it and hope to hear about more of it from you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Ross. I appreciate it.
Awesome.